Happy New Year, everyone. I don't know that it's exactly appropriate on January 2nd to say Happy New Year, but nonetheless, Happy New Year. I hope your new year is off to a great start. Mine is. Um, so today I had said that I would have an announcement about something new on the blog, and I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But a little preliminary. It'll seem like one really has nothing to do with the other initially, but it does. Some of you have asked about my flying and if I do it as a actual job. I do not. When I learned to fly, I thought I would go to work for the airlines, and initially, ultimately, I'd earned enough or accumulated enough hours that there was a small commuter here in Chicago that I would be able to fly for. And then September 11th happened, and of course the aviation industry tanked, and this commuter airline went under, so that was the end of that. My husband had told me that he would be happy to help me in whatever way he could. He's always great at helping me try to realize my dreams. He's a great guy in that way. He's a great guy in a lot of ways, but he's a great guy. So in order to earn even more hours, to accumulate more hours, I would need to fly freight, which would be flying at night, and I just didn't really want to do that, and I didn't think it was really conducive to a good life, even for a short period of time, because it would have been for at least a year of my life, and I just didn't want to do that. So I decided to take a fun route, and I started doing animal rescue flights. I've flown lots and lots of dogs. It's been a great experience. I've flown 2 cats. The 2 cats came from Iowa from a hoarding situation, and they were evaluated, and they felt that they would be great for a rehab facility in Nashville. So I was able to take them on to their new life, which was great. I actually saw some pictures of them in their new environment, and they were doing just great. I had another experience where I flew this tiny little dog, and she was one of, I think, 4 puppies. But what happened with this one particular little puppy is she was adopted by a family whose son had come home from Iraq with very dire post-traumatic stress syndrome issues. In fact, he was suffering so much that he couldn't leave the home, and they sent the dog to become a psychiatric therapy dog, and she changed his life. And I said that I always, when I fly the puppies, I give them a kiss before they leave, and I tell them that you've been given your chance. Now go out and do something great with your life. And I think she really listened. And it was, such an honor for me, because I felt that, I had just this little teeny tiny part in actually doing something to better someone else's life. And, that's what, I don't think there's any greater reward in life than knowing that you've made another life a little better. And so I'm very grateful for that experience. So I've done a lot of fun things. I do a lot of aerial tours. I enjoy doing that and having people see Chicago from the air. It's so beautiful. But that's basically it. In the last couple years, because I do have my private commercial instrument. I've had multi-engine training. So in the last couple years, I've been receiving, in 2015, I was getting a postcard about once every other month. In 2016, I started getting postcards just pretty much every month from different airlines asking me to come fly for them. And I do have I have plenty of hours and a good reputation, but I just don't know that that's what every once in a while I think about it, and I think, that would be kind of fun, and then I think, no, I don't really want to do that. Especially you turn the news on and you see some irate passenger, and just, no, I don't, it's just not what I want to do. I love to fly, I love to sew, and the two seem to be pretty disjointed. Oh, by the way, I am in my studio, my messy studio, which I had hoped to have cleaned in 2016, and it didn't happen. So it is a priority for 2017 to get this studio cleaned. It's a must. I know that I'll feel so much better once it's clean. So once I start making some headway with it, I will share that process with you. You're seeing the cleanest part of it right now, by the way. The rest of it's pretty much a disaster, but another day. So anyway, what would I like to do? So I've been thinking of how could I combine the two things that I love to do the most. I love to fly and I love to sew. So how could I combine those? And I thought I would like to start doing interviews. I would like to interview people who are not only sewing but are actually making a living out of the sewing industry. And you know, when I first came to Chicago, it was wonderful in Chicago. At the time we had Marshall Field's, which is now Macy's, but in our downtown store the entire basement was fabric and yarn, and it was beautiful fabric and beautiful yarn. Well, that went away. We had at least 5 different fabric stores downtown. They're all gone. We have one fabric store downtown. At the time we had a couple of millinery shops where you could buy millinery supplies, a couple of great beading stores. One was called International Bead. It was just fabulous, and they've all gone away. And so the industry has changed so much, and I hear from people that say, oh, well, no one sews anymore. I think, oh, yes they do. Yes they do. There's quite a community of people who sew. And so if we are sewing, it means that we're buying things. It's just who we're buying it from and where we're buying it from. And so there are people who are making a business out of what they do, of selling sewing supplies, people who are sewing and actually making a living off of sewing for others. So I thought, well, I can fly somewhere and interview someone. And you just heard my dog. She just came down to say hello. So I thought I could interview people and let people know that about all the wonderful things that are happening in the sewing world. So this particular video, I had hoped I would actually do it at the airport, but that didn't happen. Excuse me. You can see I'm still dealing a little bit with the cold that I've had for the last month. But anyway, so I will be flying places and interviewing people and doing videos for you about all the wonderful and inspiring things that are happening that people don't really know that much about. My first interview has been done. That one I did not have to fly to. It's someone who lives right here in Chicago, a wonderful person. I had so much fun doing the interview. It's my very first interview, and let me say, I belong in the computer remedial class, so I am hardly proficient. And you'll see in the first video, which will air on Friday, that I had to end up splicing 2 videos together, and this person was so gracious about it and said, oh, it doesn't matter, it's fine. But of course I would have liked for the first one to have been perfect, but it's not. But that's okay. And you know, that was one of the things that I had thought about, was that do I wait until I'm really proficient, or do I just get started? And I decided I'm just going to get started. So I did the first video and this one on my iPhone. I bought a new camera, which I'm not really quite sure how to use yet. I'm reading the instruction booklet, so I will become more proficient. And I hope that over time the videos will become more and more professional looking, or, well, I don't think, if I'm doing it, they'll never look professional, but they'll at least look better, I hope, as I go along. So I'm really excited. The title of what I'm doing will be called Sewbusted's Material Witness. Sewbussted because that's my logo, and Material Witness, it's the story, the witness to what people are doing in the sewing community. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. There's so many wonderful people to interview, and I'm just looking forward to where it'll take me and you as you come along with me. So thank you so much. As I said when I started, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful new year, and thank you for coming by and reading my post and seeing the things that I do. I have received some of the most wonderful messages from many of you. Some of you email me personally, and I always enjoy seeing your messages. You are quite the inspiration to me. I had thought a while back, not such a while back, about ending the blog, and the more I thought about it, the more I decided that it wasn't something that I wanted to do, that I enjoy having that connection. I enjoy seeing the things that you do. I enjoy the fact that you spur me on to do even more, and I enjoy sharing the knowledge that I have, a little bit that I have. I enjoy sharing it with you. So anyway, so a new endeavor for this upcoming year. Sewbusted's Material Witness. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be mistakes and things along the way, but ultimately I think it will be interesting. And so I can't wait to get started, and can't wait to hear what you think of the first interview. So thanks so much. And again, Happy New Year.